And a pleasant good evening to you all. It's Friday night here in the U.S., getting ready to turn to Saturday, and I'm Victoria Weather Meteorologist Ryan Henning, preparing to take a look at Vineland, New Jersey, which is on the southern end of the state. Take a look at their weekend weather forecast. So, without further ado, let's head over to our maps. I hope you like that, our musical interlude here. I tried to change it up here, change the background from the green that we usually have. Hopefully the numbers, the city identifier and all that show up a little bit better. This KMIV is Millville, which is right outside of Vineland. That's going to be our identifier. Yeah, you guys can see that in frame pretty well. And currently it's 62 degrees. One of the things that I'm going to note, the blue number, the top number here is the temperature. The blue number below it is the dew point. So that was south of Trenton, between Philly and Trenton right there. But it's 60 for a dew point and 62 for the temperature in Millville. Very close spreads with clear skies, and that often is a good recipe for fog. And you can see Atlantic City is reporting fog, southern Delaware down towards Salisbury, Maryland, and the Delmarva Peninsula and Chincoteague County are all reporting fog. So don't be surprised if when you wake up tomorrow morning in South Jersey, you may find yourself in some fog. But this is definitely not the big story in the East Coast right now. And you're going to see why here very quickly when I switch it over to the satellite. So, again, here for some bearing, obviously that's southern New Jersey. That's our forecast site. But your eye is automatically drawn to this complex right here. It's definitely a broad area low pressure. It's not technically tropical. It's a cold core system. It started in the kind of the tail of a cold front. It shifted through Florida. Now it's sitting out in the warmer waters of the Gulf Stream, but it's also getting pretty well organized. So center of circulation is right about here, and you can see it's tailing off to the northeast, part of a remnant boundary there. But it is expected to continue to organize into an area low pressure. That's going to drive flow for southern New Jersey, and as it turns out, it's actually going to draw moisture away, so it's actually going to benefit the city. But it does look ominous. It's too shaded apart, too disorganized to really pose a major threat as a tropical system, and it's going to eventually shift too far east to pose a threat to the East Coast. Obviously, there's going to be some rain. There has been some rain along the coastal Carolinas, but it definitely looks good. And we can see exactly what I was saying. And even when it, some of the more long range and aggressive models, the closest it gets is eastern Nova Scotia. So again, are we in frame here? There we go. There's New Jersey, and our flow definitely takes it. Maybe it'll impact Bermuda, but even that, and by maybe impact Bermuda, I mean the core of the system, because obviously that's a pretty vast system, so there could be some showers and storms there, but it won't see the brunt of the impact. It looks like it's just going to sit out there and spin for a while, and as it shifts east and away from the Gulf Stream, it's going to lose its ability to intensify. So that's a little bit of good news for residents of the eastern seaboard. So that's really the big feature right now, and I just wanted to dive into that a little bit further. So let's go ahead and look at the longer range models, and you can see our broad area low pressure off the Carolina coast. But the other thing that I'll take a look at the satellite again real quick, and you can see a pretty active cold front, and all these big white splotches of clouds. That's where we're seeing thunderstorms right now. So we have something over central Illinois, and then from the Ozarks down through northern Texas, around the Childress area. And as we mentioned with our cold front yesterday, it is a cold front. It's moving, and you can see here on satellite that it is indeed pressing to the east. The problem for it, however, is that it's going to be robbed by moisture by our developing tropical system. So we'll be able to watch it march eastward through time and really dissipate before it impacts New Jersey. It will impact New Jersey, though. It may bring some light shower activity early Sunday morning, but the primary impact is going to be a reduction in temperature. So it's going to bring some clouds in the morning as it moves through, which will impact Vineland's ability to heat up on Sunday. But more significantly, this big area of high pressure, which is cooler, will settle into the mid-Atlantic and bring about some cooler temperatures to begin next week. We can look at the temperature graphs. This is accumulated snowfall, so that's good news. There's not going to be any snow yet. But we can see the highs drop from an expected high of the lower 80s tomorrow to the mid to upper 70s on Sunday. And even more impressively, the drop in temperature as our broad area low pressure shifts away and the associated clouds shift away from Vineland. We could see temperatures dropping into the upper 50s, whereas the next 2 nights they're probably going to be in the mid to upper 60s. So it's kind of the best of both worlds for Vineland. You're not going to see much impact from showers and thunderstorms, and you're also going to see a break in the heat and humidity thanks to our two systems really robbing each other of any stormy impact for the area, but you will get the nice cool down, especially if you're somebody that doesn't care for heat and humidity. So good news for Vineland, and hopefully good news for most of the region. And I hope that everybody takes advantage of it, has a great weekend, and I think that's about going to do it for me tonight. For Victoria Weather, I am meteorologist Ryan Henning.